sip wine, kick my
everyone.
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
Niggas is feeling really motherfucking jolly. I don't know. I think I'm in the Christmas spirit. Like, fuck Thanksgiving.
Season kind of almost, you know.
Yeah, I'd like literally skip over Thanksgiving because a nigga eat food every motherfucking day.
Yeah, I mean Thanksgiving is just really a racist holiday in the first place. Like
Factual.
we're literally celebrating a holiday which is a genocide of Native American people.
I mean, yeah. In the same way as the white man is like the white man's Christmas, I think when I have kids, we're gonna be celebrating Hanukkah. Is that what it's called, Hanukkah?
Girl, no. Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday.
Girl, what's the one I'm talking about?
I'm sorry. It is Hanukkah.
Oh, it's Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa is a Jewish holiday.
Kwanzaa? Are you sure?
Is Kwanzaa the black one?
I think Kwanzaa is the black one.
So Hanukkah is the black one.
Y'all. See, this is why we need to get. We over here talking shit. We need to get up on our shit, okay?
Yeah, I was right. So yeah,
you was right.
Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa does sound real black.
Kwanzaa is.
And Hanukkah sounds real. So it's Jewish.
I was just watching Girlfriends, and they just celebrated Hanukkah, so I should know this.
That's so funny. Right. But yeah.
So yeah, I'm feeling really. I love Christmas. My favorite holiday is Halloween.
My favorite holiday is my birthday.
It's not a holiday.
It's definitely a fucking holiday.
It's not a fucking holiday.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Which is Christmas. I love Christmas. I love the season. I love singing. I love the lights. I love the music. I love the zoo lights. I love everything that has to do with this holiday. It's just should happen.
I really like when people do holiday remixes. I think my heart literally bursts in
Remember
80
that guy
million.
who would always make those songs, and he made the holiday remixes, and he'd be like 4 of them, and it's one guy singing the song.
Is it like is he an Instagram influencer? Yes, I do.
He's kind of chubby.
Yes, his name is Cameron. Yeah,
yes,
he does. Always does it. But I don't know. Yes. Christmas makes me so fucking happy. Makes me so motherfucking jolly. Christmas makes me want to be in love. I want to be like by the campfire and matching like onesies and shit.
Onesies and exchanging presents. You know, if you want to give me a gift, sign my DMs.
If you do, exactly. If you want to be in love this Christmas season, Ami's looking for you. Want to be my love, bitch? We could be each other's loves this year.
We can have that.
And we can take our pictures, because you know what? Niggas ain't shit. They don't deserve us this year.
They don't.
Bitch, I'm the gift.
They don't. And I want to mention, we are starting a Patreon. So by the time this episode airs on Wednesday, our Patreon will be up, because I'm going to fix it by Tuesday. All right? So our twerking videos are going to be on there. Our sexual Q&As are going to be on there. We're going to have early releases of this episode on here. And what else are we doing?
Tea time.
Extended version of Tea Time is going to be on there.
Yeah, because you know how Tea Time is always shortened, through our episodes. It's going to be more maybe 15 extensive, us going in on some dumb shit.
Right.
So we're going to get that right. Also, I think we should do an episode about, sex. Not even, sexuality of the spectrum. Because, we already did one, about that. But I feel like you said, we always get so many, sexual questions. And I feel like sometimes it's super taboo. But I think that, I
don't think there's anything taboo about talking about sex. Society makes it taboo.
No, because side note, I made a comment at work one day, and Sammy was like, why are you in my business? Why are you telling everybody that?
Girl, you told the whole world that I was freakier than you.
I feel like you are, though.
But no one needs to know that. That's the thing. Why would you tell? She told our coworkers I was a freak. I don't want our coworkers thinking about how much of a freak I am.
It's not like you about to be out here sucking for a sucking slob. I feel like, so I just...
I'm not sucking their sucking slob.
I know, because niggas over here looking at me like, Ami, you said this blasphemy. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. I'm really probably on a scale 3, okay? So y'all looking at me like I'm saying something crazy. But I'm like, we're grown-ups. We have sex.
Yes, of course. I'm just quiet about my freakiness.
Girl, I'm not even a freak. I just feel like I talk shit. For all y'all know, I'm a fish when I'm having sex. Y'all don't know.
A fish?
A fish. Just laying there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's boring.
Exactly. For all they know. So that's what I'm saying. Just because I say something don't mean that it's
one thing about me, even though I have a whole podcast on the show, I'm a pretty private person about personal
y'all,
details.
and it's so motherfucking annoying. Y'all. Sammy hates when I do this, so I'm gonna fake do this, so don't kill me. There was a whole episode we didn't air because she felt like it was too personal, and I was like,
yes, I hate my personal. I'm a
but you
private
gotta understand.
person.
I think that I understand you're like, you know, private, but it's like that's what the niggas is here for.
Yeah.
They want to get a little bit of juice in our juiciness.
Exactly, and I can pick and choose what kind of juice I release.
You know what? My juice is about to be flowing and going, and you feel me?
The juices are flowing and going, and I feel like our YouTubers out there, stop neglecting our YouTube.
Child, we need to stop neglecting our YouTube because I still don't know fucking working. Honestly, I'm over here like we neglecting YouTube, we neglecting Facebook.
Honestly, yeah, I'm definitely neglecting Facebook. Let's make a
pact to get our lives together because you know
this. We need to fix our YouTube first. I need to do the whole
thumbnail thing because I need to learn that. Yeah. So y'all, if y'all do know how to work YouTube better than me, y'all can slide in these DMs. It's at Ambitious Teray because I really don't know how to work it. I think I'm too old. Maybe it's just because I don't want to learn it. That's why I'm trying to be stubborn with it. But I want it to flourish because I saw our good sis Jude started a YouTube and she already got more subscribers than us. I said that's how you fucking promote some shit.
Because she knows how to
work it. She said she did it like at least 2 times, so at least the first time go around. So congratulations, Jude.Denise, for you starting your YouTube. We appreciate it. We love it. We love black content. We love it so much. So you need to teach us what the fuck you learning because bitch, we've been stuck at 60 something for 60 something years, bitch.
Girl, and I'm like, this is a shame because we don't know how to work YouTube.
I don't know how to work
honestly,
YouTube.
YouTube is what we need to be at. Because fuck Instagram.
Because honestly, YouTube is where you
give a fuck about small businesses and content creators.
And the thing is, with YouTube, that's where you make money. That's why all the couples monopolize on that shit. So I'm ready to be a coupled up monopolizer. Okay.
All right. So let's get into some fun facts.
Actually, no. Let's not get into fun facts. Let's tell them to follow us on all of our social medias at The Real Sip and Spill everywhere except Twitter, and that is.
Okay. I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
Girl, you didn't even say the girls are back at it again.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Damn, why you hate us so much?
Okay. So the girls are back at it again with another messy-ass episode of Sip and Spill where we create conversations all wild.
Sipping wine.
Were you, like, breakdancing?
Girl, I was trying to breakdance / move my chair closer because I was like, I'm out of frame, bitch. Like, I'm looking at the camera.
I got my name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious, motivate, and meditate, hooray. What's poppin'?
So let's finally get into our fucking fun facts. My fun fact is, y'all, don't execute me. I don't like wings.
What?
Yeah.
You don't like wings?
I don't.
Like chicken wings?
I don't like chicken wings.
Bitch, what?
Yeah, I eat it because it's there, but I don't enjoy it. I've never liked wings. I don't really think it's really good, but that's like such like unniggerish of me. You know, like
unniggerish. That word is now in my brain. It is embedded in my unniggerish
of me. You know, because niggas love wings.
Niggas love wings.
When
we say niggas, we talking about Ami. Ami loves wings. Ami will eat the fuck out of wings every fucking day.
Yeah. Like the only wings I even like slightly enjoyed was the smoked wings from Diablo's.
Oh, those hoes hit.
You know,
those hoes
but
hit.
I don't like wings, y'all. Like I rather eat like seafood.
Bitch, like that's a real nigga-ish thing of you. Because niggas love seafood.
Niggas love seafood. Y'all know y'all can't afford to tip afterwards, but y'all still love seafood.
So, my fun fact is a bitch is real ticklish. Like, underarms, the sides of me, my toes, everything. And I really fucking hate being tickled because I feel like it reminds me that I'm little. I don't know. I just feel like people tickle little people.
I don't see the correlation.
I don't either, but it happens. I think a lot because I'm little. Because I feel like I get a lot of "you're adorable," "you're this," and I hate that. That's why I call other people adorable. You know, when I call Susie adorable, it makes me feel like I'm not short too. Because y'all be like, y'all.
And it's so funny because Ami's literally like half an inch taller than her, and I'm like, Ami, you acting like you're such a big dog, and you and Susie are literally the same size. So
what did my nigga Meek
said? Is her bun.
Meek said, "Lil nigga, but I'm line-hearted." Okay, that's all that fucking matters.
How tall is Meek?
Meek is
like 5'10".
I mean, he tall enough to get climbed on. I mean, shit.
He's a little nigga, but I'm line-hearted. Are you?
He did. Is he a little nigga? Let me check.
Let's fact check.
You know, like you said, because Google is free. So let's.
So while you're doing that, let's talk about the one fact. So I was, at Walmart, even though I shouldn't be because Walmart is racist.
Isn't everyone racist? Y'all, side note, Sammy wants to. I think Sammy is a freedom writer because she wants to do all the injustices of the world.
I do.
I will literally go to Chick-fil-A racist. I said, well, everything hit different with a little bit of racism.
No,
I'm like Papa John's. She's like, Papa John's racist. I'm like, oh, I'm going to Starbucks. Starbucks is racist. Well, guess what, ma'am? Guess what? This world was built off of racism, and it's gonna keep running off of racism. Okay?
So we can just accept it.
We just gotta accept it. Let's see how little this nigga
But
is.
usually I be shopping at Sprouts. How tall
He's
is
6'2".
So he's talking about little nigga where?
Y'all, his name is Robert Rameek Williams. Wow, that is so nigga-ish.
So little nigga where?
I don't know.
Maybe he's talking about his dick when he said that. He has to be,
His
because
dick.
what else? He not little
He not a little nigga.
at all.
Oh, he's so fine. Something about Meek Mill it's just like he looked dirty, but like dirty fine. You know when a nigga looks so dirty, you just want to take him home and clean him?
No, I never has that happened to me. Never will I experience looking at a dirty nigga and want to take him home. What? So I got this because, if it's not clear, it says Black Girl Motherfucking Magic, because we are some Black Girl Motherfucking Magic right here. So let's get into some little, background about this wine. So it is Black Girl Magic is a concept and a movement popularized by Kershawn Thompson as a way to celebrate beauty, power, and the resilience of Black women. This is a 2018 California Riesling, and the thing about Riesling reminds me of old hoes, because old hoes love Riesling, and I feel like I am coming into my old ho-ness.
Are you?
So, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to ever be an old hoe because red wine is where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm thinking red wine, red pussy.
Yeah, well, I'm accepting the fact that I'm turning into an
The old hoe.
So I'm going to start drinking the old hoe wine. So, yeah, so Riesling is with a taste of honey, apricot, and white flowers. Which
That sounds real fancy.
I know, but how does white flowers have a taste?
Bitch, I don't know.
I don't know about that. Maybe y'all just added some shit.
Maybe they are.
It is best served ice cold, and the mild sweetness is best paired with a light, balanced diet, which I love that, such as salad, fish, lean poultry, and a black dick. It really said that. I'm fucking with you. It did not say that. But what if it did, bitch? What if it did?
I was like, a black dick. I was like, that sounds delicious. Like, black dick me, please. Like,
Black dick me, please. I'll take one of those. I'll take one black dick. But
just one.
just one. Yeah, but I hope this is good.
I'm glad that it's cold. Was it cold when you got it?
No, I put it in the freezer.
Damn, bitch, how'd you do that? You must have got it earlier today.
Yeah, I got it like an hour, 2 hours before we had to record.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got it around 4.
Tell me, I've been in and out of my fucking sleep today, so I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah. So
cheers to another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill.
Ow. It is mildly sweet.
It's mildly sweet.
Yeah.
I can definitely put a black dick in my mouth after this.
And Alma don't even like sucking dick. So.
Factual. So if I suck your dick, y'all, it's up.
I don't know if I can put a black dick in my mouth after sucking dick, but I can put a black dick in my mouth after drinking this. Anyways, let's get into some tea time. Tea time. Miss Big Lotto, because I really don't like calling her mulatto, because I feel like calling her mulatto is like calling her nigger.
But she is, because she is a product of some white nigga, a white woman, and a black man. So,
Yeah.
she,
mulatto is a derogatory term,
But
though.
she named herself that. So,
I know,
bitch, if you
so
want to
it's
be called a
weird.
mutt, then who am I to stop you?
Like, can you imagine a rapper calling himself coon or nigger or, like, some shit like that? Like, I'd be like, why is that your name?
It's literally, when you said that, my eyes just got so big. 'Cause it just sounded so offensive. But
That's offensive. Like,
it is
I'm
offensive,
coon.
but she chose that. That's what she went by when she was 16 years old. She
Yeah.
started on the rap game. Y'all know if y'all ever seen it with Jermaine Dupri. And she was called Miss Mulatto when she was 16 years old. So,
Yeah.
she gave the name to herself. So she knew she was going to be a disrespectful bitch because she's been doing some disrespectful shit anyways.
She is. So Miss Big Lotto, she is a bundle bandit, if
Not
you
a
will.
bundle. Every time
know.
you say it, I can't
She
take you
is a
seriously.
thief in the night, stealing weaves. If you ever put your weave on top of the car for it to dry out and it's gone, Mulatto took it.
Not Mulatto.
Has that ever happened to you? That happened to me once.
That someone stole your weave while you... I don't ever have my weave out to dry. Like, at the end of the
I
day...
put my wig out to dry.
No.
And my neighborhood don't even got a lot of black people in
It
it.
don't.
So I'm
It
just
was
like-
probably one person. They probably was at their friend's house over the weekend. It was like,
So I'm like, who the fuck stole my wig? Like, bitch, never again. I learned my lesson. Just put it somewhere else because
put it on a hanger and put it in your closet, bitch.
Yes,
That's
because
what I
a nigga will steal niggas will steal anything.
Girl.
When someone stole my mom's bra, I know someone will steal anything. So, Miss Bundle Bandit, was called out because she didn't purchase, but a wig was sent to her. And she was supposed to, promote it and, hashtag them and at them or whatever. And she never did that. So for 2 years, from 2018 till now, the girl was DMing her like, hey, can you, promote my wig?
Yeah.
I made this for you so you can promote it, blah, blah, blah. Big Lala blocked her. So I guess now that she's more famous, she put it out there like, hey, you stole this wig. Even though you did not.
Okay, technically, now that you're telling me the whole story, did she really steal it though? Because if you send things to influencer, people know that their payment is but
her payment is her tagging her and promoting it, and she didn't do that. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
So other people who she's stolen wigs from came out, and they're like, yes, she actually purchased a wig from me. It was a $200 wig.
$200.
It was a $200 wig that she purchased from someone, and she did that little fraud thing from her bank. So yes. So that person never got the payment for the wig, and then a third person came out that sent her a wig for promotion, and she blocked them after she got the wig.
Wow.
They actually texted, "Did you get the wig?" She goes, "Yes, I got it." Next thing you know, they were blocked. So there's 3 people that came out with evidence and screenshots of Mulata in their DMs talking about this, and she never paid for the wigs.
Wow, what did she respond to this? Because I wasn't up on game. Because I remember you called me telling me this shit.
If your delivery was different, I would have paid for the wig. But since you came all disrespectful, I'm not gonna whatever.
I mean, 2 years after the fact, the damage is done, bitch. We're, at this point, if you got as much money and influence as you got, just send me my $200 and we'll chuck it up to Faith. Because if you ain't got $200, I got $200. Since
right.
I'll buy it for you. Because $200.
This other wig was $400. The one that she.
But I'm saying, if you because influencers or rappers in general, they get paid just to post shit on Instagram.
Yes, a lot of money.
They get a lot of fucking money. So if you ain't over one fucking post, bitch, you paying them at least $200 so they can leave you the fuck alone. If you don't want to post them, give them their $200 fucking dollars and go on with your life,
exactly, because this girl was harassing her for 2 years for the post and the money, and she was just like, no. I'm like, bitch, why though?
Right.
What do you gain? What do you gain from
Guess what? You can send me wigs. I'll tag you. Right. I'll post you.
We'll do a little sip and review with the wigs that you sent us. Some girls will send us lashes, but she never did.
Because we never gave her a P.O. box. That's why.
Oh, well, you were supposed to do that.
Girl, we were supposed to set it up. It was a team effort.
Why is it gonna be a team effort?
Because this is a fucking team thing. So if I start saying I, then you're gonna be like, but I did this and I did this. So if we do things together, it's like, well, it was our responsibility. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, y'all, Al Sharpton was pretty much telling the world that us as black people, which we don't, and I agree with him, we will not receive and we do not trust vaccines due to what's happened to us in the history. Let's just go for as simple as the Tuskegee experiments, anything as simple as birth control and how they're trying to control population. So he's pretty much saying that we're not taking those fucking vaccines until white people take the vaccines.
Yeah, I mean, white people in this country has a history of using black people as test dummies. So,
and we allow it, even when it comes to things.
Well, I mean, we didn't allow it at first. We didn't have a choice back then, But now we got a choice.
People are disproportionately, not having access to healthcare like everyone else, get cheaper drugs. And I say that because when my mom is not in a low tax bracket, but my mom is not at a she's at a living wage. And with her living wage, she was given a test drug, I guess, when she had on her lupus. And it was I guess, prednisone and steroids and something like this and the third. And with black women in general, I say black women because a lot of times when we're talking about medicine, everything is test and trial. They don't really tell you it's a test and trial. But when you graduate from being a doctor, they always say the term as in practicing medicine because you're practicing. You're not a master of it. When you're a master of something, you already know it's going to work.
Right.
So it's always a practice medicine. So everything is testing. They're not letting you know it's a test, but they're telling you, oh, this is a new drug.
Yeah.
And they make you so excited about it. It's these are what it's supposed to be for you. And it really isn't. And sometimes I say, when I see my mom.
And you see a commercial talking about if you had this drug and this happened to you.
You are
entitled to
some compensation.
Yes.
So I think that more than likely when it comes to this whole coronavirus, this corona shit, I'm scared. That shit was hilarious when it first came out, but now it's starting to be a fake real thing because they're saying that everything is spiking. But once again, I think that, I don't know, maybe it's like the chickenpox. I feel if you catch it once, you can't catch it again because I feel I've caught it and I've been exposed to many people since I've caught it and haven't caught it again. But then again,
Yeah.
I don't know. Side note, our job trying to make us do some corona tests, and I'm not here for the shenanigans.
I don't mind it. I've taken like 4 COVID tests, and this will be my 4th COVID test. So I mean, I don't see anything wrong with just getting tested and making sure you don't have it. What I am against is the vaccination, because it's just so quickly. Just what was our latest pandemic we had? What was the last pandemic we had?
Is it Ebola?
No, I think it was smallpox or something. It took 10 years to create a vaccine for that. So if it took 10 years to create a vaccine for whatever the last one was, I can't remember the name right now, but I know it took 10 years. How did you make a vaccine in 1 year? You know, like...
Because they already had one cooking before they released it.
Yeah. Who released it, though? Who?
The CDC, the government,
Whose
everyone.
government?
Our government.
So how did it get to other countries if our government released it?
Because other countries come to the United States because they feel like this is the better life.
But it was in China first. So if our
They
government
say it
released
was in China first.
Girl, you are cuckoo.
I might be cuckoo too, but guess what, motherfucker?
The government did not release.
The government did release it, okay?
It did not release.
So the
COVID.
sooner that Sammy gets on this fucking cuckoo train with me, I can take her to victory. But until she
No,
believe me,
I
she
don't
gonna be
believe
stuck
that.
in the Matrix, bitch. Stuck in the motherfucking Matrix.
Stuck in the Matrix, but
The blue pill or the red pill, sis?
I don't remember which one's which. So I refuse to take the vaccine until they give it to white people and they're okay. And if the white people don't change into monsters in a year, then I'm gonna take the vaccine.
Nigga, white people are already monsters. What do you mean?
Well, actual physical like monsters, like like not emotional and
Not Karens and Kens.
not the Karens and Kens, but just like really changing their bodies and shit. So, Trey Songz. I actually met Trey Songz once.
You told me.
When I was in Vegas, and it wasn't really a good experience with him. But I don't know if you've noticed, but I've peeped like a lot of allegations that came out about Trey Songz being a sexual predator. First, there was Kiki.
Yeah.
She came out and told him what happened. And I don't believe Kiki have any reason to lie.
Facts. She's so unproblematic.
She's so unproblematic. And, for some reason, we have this really big problem of believing and trusting black women when we say stuff. And then it come to like a white woman later said that Trey Songz cornered her and tried to kiss her and tried to force him to kiss her back. Forced her to kiss him back, and when she said no, he got mad and was like, well, I didn't want you anyways. Like a bitch ass nigga that he is. So, and another allegation has happened. I'm not really sure what it is. And then recently he posted some woman. So like, I forgot what he said, but it was like some kind of caption, and he was like, I need that. Or
him being like super thirsty for someone.
Yeah.
That was like he was over sexualizing her and putting her in like I don't even know. Maybe he's dealing with her at some capacity.
Maybe
but
he could be.
It just seemed like real thirsty, and I don't know. I think when men do that for women that would if I feel like if a man ever posts me and like says something sexual, it feels really rapey to me. I know it sounds weird.
Unless you are my nigga.
Yeah.
Yes.
It seems really rapey because it's like, what in the world makes you think that I want your pee-pee?
Right.
Because I feel like I think like we said last week, men feel like sex or pussy is their birthright. Like the way that y'all treat it, the way y'all talk about it, the way that our culture has been surrounded around men and sex makes it so hard for women because it's like we're trying to engage in our sexual activity and be womanly empowered while we're having men doing very rapey
weird shit. And we're just gonna accept it. So that gets into our topic of a conversation. What is rape culture?
What is rape culture?
So rape culture is a concept in which rape or other sexual advances are normalized due to society's attitude about gender and sexuality.
Okay.
So let's get into some statistics, because I'm a statistic type of
bitch.
I really am. So 1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted or raped in their lifetime, and 1 in 71 men will be sexually assaulted and raped in their lifetime. And let's put that in account that most of that is by other men. So
that is true.
Yeah.
That is really true.
Yeah. So also 27.2% of women will experience coercion, which if you don't know what coercion means, it's like trying to change someone's mind by constantly saying, do it, why not? Well, let's do it. You're trying to convince them to do something that otherwise they didn't want to do.
Facts.
And 11.7% of men will also experience coercion. And by the time a woman is 25, 79.6% of us will experience getting raped. and by the time, and 27.8% of male victims will experience their first rape by the time they're 10 years old.
That is sick.
And that is most likely because a lot of older women prey on younger boys.
Facts.
And younger boys see it as like, damn, I got this old bitch on my dick, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
No, that is rape.
That is definitely
When a
rape.
grown-ass woman has sex with you, you were raped. But because of society and how they view sex with women.
Yep.
Because I've noticed a lot of times, sex is seen as something that happens to women and not with women.
Yep.
Like, they're like, oh, she let me beat. Oh, I hit it. Like, no, y'all had sex.
Yep.
Sex is not something, we're part of it too. Like,
Yep.
we're having sex with you. You're not doing something to me without me, like, acknowledging it's happening.
But that also goes with the culture that is surrounded around sex, because it's, for sexuality with men, it's such a proud, rewarding thing, but with women, it's very demeaning. It's very like...
you should be ashamed of it.
You should be ashamed
like
of it.
the whole walk of shame thing. Like, men don't have a walk of shame.
I'm gonna say, because honestly, I'm not shameful when I'm leaving your house. I know what the fuck I came here for.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna leave with a smile on my face because I'm going to my own fucking apartment.
Why is
okay?
it a walk of shame? Or like,
why is it a walk of shame?
Yeah.
Because why is it shameful? I feel like it's only shameful if it's somebody's husband, somebody's boyfriend. It's only shameful when it's like a sneaky link. But if it's like something you actively participated in and you wanted to do yourself.
Right.
Because let's be real, outside of the whole rape culture, niggas only get pussy because women want to give it to them.
Right.
You don't get
That's really
you don't
what it
get
is.
pussy unless a woman already decides she's gonna fuck you.
Right.
Because a woman has to put in her mind that she's gonna have sex with you before y'all even have sex.
Right.
So the fact that y'all are using it as a tool to like demean women and make it seem like you're the ones in the control, it's some real narcissistic tendencies that's going on, and I feel like that's something y'all gotta take up with God, honestly.
Yeah, because there's this saying women are in control of a relationship until she has sex and then he's in control. How? Like,
How?
What?
How?
Dick don't make me do anything I
Nick
don't want
don't
to
make
do.
me do any motherfucking thing. Guess what? It make me happy though.
Right.
I'll take a few dicks, but overall,
time?
not at the same time. At the same damn
I had to
time.
spot it in there. So, yeah, have you experienced some kind of, sexual assault?
The thing is, when we were talking about this episode, it was kind of really hard for me to even think about it, because when you think of sexual assault, you think of like the most traumatic thing that you ever went through in your entire life. And in me, it wasn't very traumatic, but I knew that it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
My first encounter with sexual assault was actually probably before the one I'm actually talking about, but it's way too personal that I don't want to get into it. So the one that I actually can experience and understand that it was not okay was when I was a freshman in college. Mm-hmm. And if we're going to talk about the background of how I was feeling my freshman year of college, I was like probably chronically depressed. Like I was going through like a lot of mental like issues when it came to like the fact that all my family was in Houston. Like, I didn't find where I fit. I was going to a PWI where I felt like I didn't fit in.
Yeah.
So I think the only outlet that I did have essentially was sex, because I felt like that was the only thing I had in control of.
Exactly. That's how it is.
And that's how I felt my freshman year of college, which is really sad. Oh, God, I feel like I want to cry. But no, I'm not going to do it. So there was a guy I was talking to, and we weren't talking very long, but he was part of the football team. And, like, it was a situation where I went over his dorm room after there was a party. So we went to a party, and I went over his room. Like, everything was, like, kind of hot and heavy, but essentially I didn't want to have sex with him. I just wanted to be in the moment and just be there.
Yeah.
And he pretty much, in so many ways, was trying to have sex, and I wasn't trying to. But he, like, hinted that even if I didn't have sex with him, he's going to tell people that we had sex.
What?
Yeah. So,
what?
Yeah, it was.
Whoa.
Yeah, he told people either way he was gonna say we had sex. So I was like, you know what? And that's when you were saying like people are coerced into doing things. Coerced.
Yeah.
That's really what happened, because it was like, if you're gonna tell people we had sex anyways, I might as well be able to stand in my truth and say I did it too. But I didn't want to do it, and that's why it brings us to our next definition of like what consent really is, because at the end of the day, what criminalizes things and what makes it consensual is, at the end of the day, it's consent.
Yeah.
And consent is pretty much permission for something to happen or an agreement. And Sammy sent me this thing to tell me when it's like, so give me like 2 seconds, y'all. Okay. So this is a lot for me to read, so I'm probably going to like shrivel it down to like point 2 of this.
Paraphrase it.
Mm-hmm. It pretty much says, states generally criminalize sex with minors. Okay, so this is when it's criminalized. because I skipped like a whole good part. States generally criminalize sex with minors under the age of 14 or 15. A developmentally disabled person, someone who is mentally ill, or a person who is incapacitated.
Incapacitated.
Y'all, as in like drugged, drunk, or unconscious, or otherwise physically helpless. When sexual contact is with a developmentally disabled or mentally ill person, the issue of consent may be whether the person had the capacity of knowingly the consent was
I have a question though. What if it's two mentally ill people? Is it not like no?
Girl, I don't even. The thing is, pretty much what we trying to say. 'Cause I'm not about to engage in this shit. Because I feel like this shit is really heavy.
Like,
but no, I think that with consent, you know when someone is consenting, and just because
100%.
Just because someone is saying doesn't say no, doesn't mean that they say yes.
Exactly.
I think that because when I was in college, my freshman year, when I was at UNI, there was a whole like assembly because I think there was like a few rapes that happened on campus.
Yeah.
And literally, people had to wear a button that said, "If you want to know, just ask."
Yeah.
Literally, there was a button that said.
Means it was really prevalent for people to have to wear buttons.
There was a button that said, "If you want to know, just ask."
Yeah.
So literally, people were going around saying, "Do you want to have sex with me?" You have to ask, "Do you want to have sex with me?"
Yes.
Like it was that real where people had to start saying like
Right.
they had to ask the question, and it's like some people always are like, "Oh, I mean, I know she want to have sex with me." Don't be so sure. Do not be so sure because I mean. That also is like a thing about pressure. Women feel the pressure to have sex with you because I did not want to have sex with that man. But I felt so much pressure because like I said, the only thing I had control over in my life I felt was my sexuality.
Right. And I feel like I would have been the same position as you if I wasn't older.
Yeah.
Because I've never really experienced sexual assault. I did a little bit when I was younger. Like when I was like 12, but up until now, recently, never experienced anything crazy like that until like literally last week. Like this is why I was so fucked up on last week's episode because of what actually happened. But so I went out, I was having a good time. Usually I am not big on going over to guys' houses. Yeah. Like Aubrey knows me. I do not like going to niggas' houses. If you ask me to go to your house, I'm gonna say no because I feel like if I want to fuck with you, we can fuck with each other in public. Like,
facts.
We're not about to do this little home date stuff. It's not until I feel comfortable enough around you is when I start going to your house where I don't mind. But if I just meet you, nigga, don't you fucking ask me to go to your fucking house. Come and say no.
Mm-hmm.
But I was feeling myself. He was cute. He was Nigerian, so I feel
it was her type.
It was, he was my type.
That's my type, nigga.
That's my type. So I was feeling real comfortable, and my cousin knew him, so I was like, okay, it's not like a complete fucking stranger. So I went home with him the night I met him, and we were like fucking around, kissing, doing all that stuff. But before I even left, before I even drove over there, I told him I don't want to have sex. Don't do any weird shit because I'm not with that shit. He was like, all right, cool, bet I'm not gonna do no weird shit. All right, cool. So we go over there, we're kissing, whatever. We're like fucking around, and he's trying to eat my pussy. I said, no, I don't want you to eat my pussy, like, because that just leads to sex.
It does.
So he's like, no, let me just eat it. I said, no, I don't want you to eat my pussy. He's like, let me eat it. Like, he's like, not begging me, but he's like continuously asking me to eat my pussy. One, I don't feel sexy. I was due for a wax on Tuesday. So I was like, you know when you're about to get away, you want to wait.
You want to wait. Because it's like a fucking surprise.
Exactly.
Like Christmas morning.
Exactly. Like, I was due for a wax and a yawning steam. And if you bitches who get yawning steams, y'all know the pussy hit different when you
hold on, because that pH level get real motherfucking balanced.
It gets real wet.
And so did Vanessa Williams.
Okay, shout out to our wax lady. You know what it is.
I'm sick of you. Because of your tweet earlier, I'm sick of you.
I love her. You slide them DMs, honey. Anyways. So, but he's still forcing this situation, even though I've made it very clear I don't want to have sex. I made it very clear I don't want to eat my pussy. He's like, sit in my face. Well, bitch, if he don't say that, it's hard for me to say no. Like, damn, all right.
Hello,
so
come on.
He eats my pussy, whatever. He tries to put his penis aside. I was like, without a condom, bitch. What is up with y'all niggas always trying to fuck without it? Why is it our job to make sure you responsible.
Hello.
Because a nigga was sliding in with no condom, no questions, no like nothing.
Niggas just want to slide in with just dick and vibes. That's literally
dick and vibes. And I'm like, hold up, you don't have a like. I said no. You know, whatever. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Made it very clear. He's like, all right. You know, we go to sleep.
Yeah.
He wakes me up again, trying to have sex. And I'm like, no, like I don't want to have sex. Like I literally was saying no to like 6:30 in the morning.
No, you got it now. I just do it really quick because I'm on the lipstick. But yeah, you got it.
I was literally saying no till 6:30 in the morning, and he literally like was at the end of it. He was actually really trying to put his dick inside, and one homeboy he had a big dick. Two, I'm not sexually aroused. Like me, you gotta please me before you fuck me. That's my thing. Like you have to make sure I'm wet, juicy, and ready because you're not about to put a freaking train in a subway station.
You ain't gonna park no Big Mac truck right in this little garage.
Like, especially when it's not lubricated and ready. Like when a bitch's pussy not even wet and wants you to go in, maybe that's the key to. Don't
let it go. Yeah,
let it go. Like I'm telling him, like, look, I'm not even wet. I'm not even feeling this. I don't want to have sex with you. He is still putting it inside, like ignoring me, saying I don't want to have sex. Still trying to put his dick inside. Still putting his dick inside. I have to like break down in tears and start crying for this man to understand. I do not want to have sex. Like if I'm saying no, I don't want to do this, and you're still putting your penis inside of me, like just come on, no. Why did it have to take for me to break down in tears and start crying for you to understand I didn't want to have sex? Mind you, I got over there around 12, 1 o'clock. So the last 5 hours, I've been saying, no, I don't want to have sex. And this man has constantly been trying to have sex with me. We took like maybe an hour, 2 hour nap, woke up, try again. Nigga, no don't mean try again later. Like, I felt so violated and traumatized and disgusting. I'm like, why did I even come here? Because that's not even something I do. I don't go over to niggas' houses at night because I already know what y'all think is going to happen.
Yeah. And you know what's really sad? Because, like, even when she called me and told me this story, I literally was just thinking, like, it's so disgusting that if anyone would hear the story, you know what they would say? They would say, why'd you go over there that late? Like, if you already knew what was going to happen, it's like, why do you feel like that has to be expected? Like, why can't you just...
Maybe I just want to cuddle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes women just want to be sexually empowered, and they want to go over a nigga's house because they feel like it, not because of anything that happens after. Exactly, because kissing and cuddling is nice, too.
That's nice, too.
It really is. So
and
it's
the thing is, I would have eventually had sex with this guy. Like,
but it just wasn't tonight.
It wasn't tonight because I don't like to have sex. The first time I meet a guy, I don't do one night stands. Because one, what if your dick good and I want it again? Bitch, you had one night stand, so that was no.
I already categorized you because I already had sex with you in the very first night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you don't give me some good dick the first time, nigga, you don't give me some good dick again. So that's why I don't do one night stands.
Yeah.
And I would have honestly, he was cute. I was feeling him. I would eventually would have had sex with him.
Because trust me, I was in a situation like that. Trust me.
I just didn't want to have sex. I mean, you could have just wait for the wax.
Yeah, I'm gonna say just give me 3 days. Because
honestly, my wax was on Tuesday and it was Sunday, nigga. All you had to wait was 2 days.
Because I'm gonna say there was one time where I met a nigga on a fucking Friday and I fucked him on a Monday. Okay,
so it's wait for the wax.
Just wait. Like sometimes women just want to feel you out and know that you respect their boundaries. Exactly. And even if that means like it's uncomfortable the first night, like we would have probably let him make it if he wasn't so persistent with it.
Right.
And when we're saying if you're so persistent, it's like, do you not get any pussy any else? Like
exactly.
Elsewhere?
He was 31 years old. He's a grown ass man, and he worked in the healthcare industry. So why the fuck are you trying to put a dick in without a condom in the first place?
Come on.
And when I tried explaining to him how much I felt violated, how it wasn't okay, he was like, "Are you insinuating something?" I'm like,
Yes,
I'm telling
you're sexually assaulting me.
How you made me feel and how you violated me and how I wasn't comfortable. And he was like, "Stop texting me." Like men don't even want to acknowledge
that they do it.
That they do it
because they think that, like what we said, what'd you come here for?
Yeah.
Like you knew what was going down.
And I told the nigga before I even left. Shit.
And I feel like, why does that have to be the expectation? Why is that the standard? If I come over your house late at night, even though that's how most most rom-coms start. Like, you meet someone in the bar, you go out, and then you'll have a beautiful love story. Like,
it's a fucking movie.
It's a fucking movie. And I feel like real life, that's not realistic for you to feel that entrusting in someone to have sex with them the first night you meet them.
No.
Maybe some nights you are, because when you do stuff like that, it's either you're looking for a really good time for only one night, or you're really just like fucked up. Because I'm telling you, it's real.
Yeah.
If I'm really that fucked up, shit might happen. It might happen. But if I'm coherent to the point where I can say I don't want to do this, I'm telling you where my consent is. My consent is no.
Yeah.
And like you said, saying no does not mean change my mind.
It does not.
And I feel like the sooner
if a bitch wanna fuck you, trust me,
she gonna fuck you.
You gonna know, because we're gonna be on top of you, kissing you.
I'm telling you, yeah. I'm gonna say, if I wanna fuck, you ain't even gonna try to have to do it. I'm gonna be doing it.
Exactly.
Okay? I will damn near, like they say, rape you. Like you always say, women rape y'all. We really do. But like we said, that's a double standard, so we're not gonna talk about that right now.
Yeah, I don't rape men. Okay, so let's talk about what rape culture really is, because there's a lot that comes into it. There is victim blaming. Just like if I would have talked about my story on Twitter or out loud, the first thing people would be why'd you go over there?
What were you wearing? What did you do to him to make him feel that way?
Right. There's also feeling ashamed. Like, honestly, I don't feel ashamed for my story, because I personally feel like I did nothing wrong, because I'm strong in my beliefs. But there's other women who will feel ashamed for what happened and be like, honestly, I kind of did feel ashamed, because when I called you, I was like,
you did.
I was like, why? Because I was almost
you're like, what did I do that made that happen to me? So you were low key victim blaming yourself, because you were like, because you were literally on the phone like, I don't even usually do this. So what about this situation made it so different that I went out? It's like, why are we internalizing that hurt? Like it's our fault that niggas don't want to fucking act.
Right. So I was victim blaming myself.
You were.
And I was feeling ashamed, but I don't feel ashamed now. But at the time, at the moment, I was like embarrassed. I was like, why did I even go over there? I shouldn't have gone over there. I don't even usually do this. There's the person, a lot of times, the person who is the person who did sexually assault someone is a very powerful person or well-liked person. He's like the star football player.
It's usually charismatic human beings. It's never like the class nerd that does the shit like this. It's someone that's like, people that usually do these kind of things are narcissists that feel like they can get away with it, because most times they can. I don't know if you've seen that story about that one white dude that raped a girl right outside of like a trash can outside of a club.
Brock Turner.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he got away with it.
He was a swimmer. He was white.
He was well liked. And all the headlines were like college swimmer. No, it didn't start with rapist.
Yeah.
It was trying to, and like I even saw like a headline about the there was a white girl who was a cheerleader who killed her baby the same night of prom night. They said cheerleader in suburbs burns like I feel like the headlines that go with rapist are always like if it's a person of color, it's a fucking rapist. If it's someone that's not, it's usually, it tells them the title what they do.
Yeah.
Like
as a attorney smiling.
Attorney of law.
Yeah.
Slips up and rapes a woman. Like it's always
accidentally falls into some pussy.
Yeah. And I think with rape culture, like we always victimize the victim.
Yes.
That's always with rape culture.
So she's getting victimized twice.
Yes.
She's already been victimized the first time, and then she's getting victimized through the media. So that is why women don't ever speak out.
And with rape culture, it's like, it's always that sense of like, who's going to fucking believe me? Because even with children that tell their fucking parents that they're being raped by their
uncle, cousin,
or their mother's boyfriend.
Yeah.
We're sitting here telling women, like little girls, like, nah, you're crazy. That's not true. And it's like, what child will sit there and conjure this shit up in their mind? That's very traumatic to think that someone that you're supposed to trust.
They don't even know what that is.
Exactly.
So
kids are not sitting around thinking about sex and be like, oh, I'm gonna have sex with my uncle. Like, it has to be brought to their attention that it's happening. Exactly. And I think it's a real thing that we need to sit down and have a conversation about, because it's like what me and Sammy were saying earlier. 80% of the time when you get sexually assaulted, because we're just going to take rape out of the picture, because rape, everyone always thinks that it's like, oh, I was forced upon. We said that rape usually happens with human beings that you fucking know.
No, and it happens with coercion. And it doesn't always have to be rape. It could also be touching, sucking.
Anything that is not warranted.
Yeah.
And that even comes from with minors. Even though minors are not telling you no, they are in a trusting situation with people that are in power. Right. Once again, like we said, the rape culture, it's always people that are in power that are doing this, and they're manipulating the people that are younger than them. Like, we're going to use that example as Robert Kelly, because that he was young when it happened. So for him, he trusted his sister. His sister was in power because she was watching him. She was entrusted with his safety. Right. But instead of, she violated the safety.
Right. And then what did he do?
He violated the safety
more people's safety. So also, another reason why rape culture exists, people don't talk about it, is not everyone wants to fucking go through trial.
Yep.
Like, honestly, if I wanted to, I feel like my situation, it could go to that extent. But I don't want to do that shit. Like, no one wants to go through trial. No one wants to be ask questions and all, like, you know, like, lawyers are not kind to rape victims and sexual assault victims, and they're gonna somehow
only ones are the SVU people, because them niggas know.
Right, and they're gonna somehow try to blame me in the situation. So not everyone wants to go through trial, and a lot of times people like to downplay the gravity of the situation. And I also found myself.
No, I was just gonna add to what you were saying, that usually rape is hard to prove.
It is hard to prove
if you don't do it within the first 24 hours and like go straight to the doctor and like, because then they have to examine your vagina and see what condition it is. So it's like it's a lot harder to prove rape because it's always hearsay.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of times people downplay the gravity of the situation. Like, even when I was telling Ami about what happened to me, I was like, I don't want to say I was sexually assaulted, but
you were, and I literally kept telling her, you were.
And I was like, I didn't feel like I was, because but honestly, I'm downplaying the gravity of my own situation. He sexually assaulted me. Him putting his penis inside of me after I continuously said no, and he was still putting his penis inside of me, and I had to cry for me.
The problem with rape culture is because we live in a society that praise men for their sexual behaviors and reward them, and then women are usually over-sexualized,
right? And
they are preyed on, downgraded, for their obscurities. That's what I said, obscurities. That's what I literally, women, like I said, they build women down, they like tear women down just to build them up by saying that like they are a hot commodity and this and the third. Like, you're lucky that this is happening to you.
Right.
Like, you are lucky that a man of this gratitude, of this fucking magnitude, is looking to you to have sex with. Right. Of all of these women. Men, I'm telling you, men are praised at a disgusting level for their sexual behaviors.
How many times have you been walking to Walmart or to a club or anything and you hear a man say, "Hey, red shirt. Damn, your ass looks fat in them jeans." Like, anything.
There's been many times that I don't understand how men are so comfortable with making women feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because I'm just using, for example, last night, me and my friend, we went out. We went to Moxie's. We were eating. And, like, it's just two really good-looking females. Because I'm great-looking. My friends are all bad bitches. You see my friends? You see my friends, bitch? You see my motherfucking friends? But yeah, all my friends are good looking because I'm shallow. Fuck it. You know, that's who I am. So we're out and we're just drinking, we're vibing. And like, literally, this man was all the way in our fucking mouth. When I say he made it he did not make it a secret that he was looking at us.
Yeah.
So every time we looked up, we saw him, and he just staring right at us. There's no reason why we should be crossing eyes with him. And he's just looking at us to the point where it's awkward, to the point where I'm just like, we didn't even want to look up anymore. And it's like, to y'all, it doesn't seem like that's a big deal, but that's like red flags.
So uncomfortable.
It's red flags to what you may do. Like, if you are okay with me noticing me, it's a problem. And it's like you're noticing me without speaking.
Right.
That's what makes it feel even more uncomfortable because speak. At least just say hello. If we're making eye contact when you're doing that, it feels very. I don't want to say it's like degrading, but it makes me feel unsafe because like this is what men do that because this is what he did. So he proceeds to watch us the entire night. Don't say anything to us. As we're leaving Moxie's, he's the first person to follow us out and speak to us. And we're looking back like we're okay, we're fine, we're this, we're that. And it's like we shouldn't have to even go through that awkward stage while you're following us to our car. So you know what our car looks like.
Right.
So it's like it makes we don't know you from a can of paint. So the uncomfortability that we feel is like we're like kind of restless because at the end of the day, me and my friend, we are under 5'2", both of us. Both of us are little people, and you're a buff man coming up to us. Granted, you might not do anything to us, but the idea that you might do something to us is what scares us.
I don't think men understand that as a woman in this world, we have to navigate this world as every man we might meet is a potential kidnapper. Mm-hmm. Every man. Mm-hmm. Because if the crazy off chance we do get kidnapped, they're like, why wasn't she being careful? Why wasn't she watching?
Why didn't she look around? Why is she walking by herself?
Yeah, but if we treat you like a potential kidnapper, y'all like, why is she being rude?
Exactly. It's literally a double-edged sword for us. It's like we can't live life unapologetically without being so like vigilant. But then if we try to be vigilant, like girl, I was just trying to tell you you look good. I'm not
Right.
even trying to get with you.
Yes, you is.
Yes.
Yes, you is. Because you wouldn't be talking to me if you weren't trying to get with me. Like, the life as a woman is so hard. If you have sex, you're a hoe. If you don't have sex, you're a prude. Like, men want you to look like a lady in the streets. They want you to cook like Aisha Curry.
Yes, Aisha Curry. I'm so glad you said it right.
And fuck like Pinky.
Not Pinky, bitch.
And I'm like, what, why is the standard so high for women? And men, all we want you to do is provide and be faithful. That's it.
Shit.
And y'all can't even do that part. Y'all barely provide and y'all always cheat.
Shit, barely fucking provide. Can we say that for the bitches in the back?
Barely provide and always
Niggas want to go 50-50.
Girl.
Bitch, I'm gonna give you 50% of this pussy then. The fuck?
I'm allergic to 50-50.
No, it's not allergic.
Oh, shit. I don't know what that means.
Let's talk about rape culture. We're talking about how women view it. There's also a way that I know that men view it. And Sammy saw a
Right.
Twitter story on it, so she's going to tell us
I
about.
did. I saw this video, and it was this guy at a gas station pranking other men, just giving them a compliment, like, hey, beautiful, hey, honey, you look good in them jeans, blah, blah, blah. And all the guys reacted so violently. They got angry. They're like, what the fuck? You know, all that shit. Like, don't put that gay shit around here. Which, honestly, if a man compliments you, just take the compliment
take it and run.
And go about your business. But under the replies, there's a bunch of men saying, oh, that's wrong. That's disgusting. Why would he say that to them? Why can't he just keep his compliments to themselves? So, men understand boundaries when it's men complimenting men.
Yeah.
But when it's a man complimenting a woman, all of a sudden, y'all don't understand boundaries.
Y'all don't
no
understand
more.
boundaries.
It's, why can't you just take it? It's just a compliment. Say thank you. He's just being nice. Yeah. Like, sometimes we don't want the compliment.
We don't.
I don't want a random stranger complimenting me. If
I know, and I know how, even though it sounds crazy to y'all, like, even if you think that you're not causing an issue with women, like, sometimes it's traumatically, like, you don't know what they've been through throughout their life.
Exactly. I mean, some guys can compliment, because you know some men can compliment you, say
And
you
it's
look
not,
good,
yeah.
and go about your business, and it's fine. But it's just, not every time I want to be complimented, and I don't understand. I don't know if that's like shallow, like damn, like take a no, I don't want to be complimented at a gas station. I don't want to be complimented at Walmart at night. You can compliment me at brunch with my girls.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But there's certain places like you don't compliment me at. Just leave me alone. If you see a woman pumping gas, leave her the fuck alone. I'm 99.9% sure she does not want to be approached. Mm-hmm. Unless you're trying to pay for the gas, you know, that's a little different. But
And the thing is, I feel like anyone that follows
us,
anyone that's like a true sip and spill watcher, that's one thing we're we're really true on.
Yeah.
Stop speaking to women when they don't want to be approached.
Yeah.
Most times, I'm not going to lie to you, women don't want to be approached when they're by themselves.
we don't.
At all.
At all.
It's not romantic. It's not a beautiful rom-com that's going to start. It's not a beautiful love story.
Yes.
Women feel very unsafe when you, and I feel like that's the word that we keep trying to thread together for you when it comes to rape culture.
We feel unsafe.
It's the ability to feel safe around someone consensually.
Right.
That's what we're trying. I think that's the easiest way to put what we're talking about with rape culture.
Right.
And so with
I saw this saying one time, and it said, women only feel safe because the men around them allow them to be.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Like, we are the weaker sex. So we are only safe because you allow us to feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do stuff to make us feel unsafe that something's going to happen, it makes us feel vulnerable and weak and something's going to happen. So, of course, sometimes we get snappy or, you know, we're trying to be like, bitch, back off.
Facts.
We're not trying to be rude. We're just trying to say, like, leave us the fuck alone.
I hear that.
Yeah.
And so with the whole rape culture and, you know, sexual assault, there is a after effect, and there are some physical, like, things that actually happen. So, I mean, you know, with physical assault, it's usually caused with bruising, bleeding, difficulty walking, soreness, and sometimes people end up being pregnant off of a sexual assault. But when it comes to the psychological, yes, because it's a reminder.
Yes.
And then there's a lot of psychological things that actually probably go without, you know, much mention, is the fact that some people do deal with post-trauma, like
PTSD.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get that out. Yes. PTSD is a real thing. It doesn't have to it doesn't matter if it's sexually, if it's during war, if it's through like
Giving birth.
Yeah, like childhood things.
Yeah.
Like PTSD is real in every single state, and that's something that never fucking leaves you.
Yeah.
I've never met someone that has been through PTSD that's over it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, it's Post-traumatic.
Exactly.
Disorder.
Yeah. And another thing that happens psychologically is, depression, suicidal thoughts. And we do have the number for the National Suicide Hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255, which I will also put in the video, and I will also make sure that if we do make a clip about this, we will make sure we put that in the comments as well, because that's another thing. If you don't want to talk to your friends or your families, there is someone that is there to listen that is unbiased. Another thing that we deal with if you are dealing with sexual assault is dissociation, and that's not being able to focus or be in the moment of where you're at because you are constantly in disillusion of where you are in. So with all that being said, I'm so sick of you always doing that. Every fucking video, y'all. Sammy, there's always somewhere in the fucking episode where Sammy wants to finish her glass of wine because it's too much for her. Whatever she dealing with in her mind is too much for what's going on. So be in the present, bitch. Stop being what is the word?
Disassociation?
Disassociated in the moment. Be in the moment, bitch. Give me some more, too.
I got you,
little black girl magic, bitch.
Black girl magic with some black girls.
So pretty much just to skim over it to make it really easy for y'all. To help someone that's in a situation, like we were saying, it's really simple and easy. Just talk to someone, be non-biased, listen to them, and don't try to fix their problems. I feel like many times when we hear a victim story, we try to tell them what they need to do. Yeah. And I think that's also traumatic for them, because it's like, they're over here.
I'm very big on not telling people what to do.
Especially when it comes to that.
Anything in life, like if you're telling me something, even if you ask me what should I do, I'll be like, look, homie, like,
shit, I'm the wrong person.
Look,
not even that.
I don't want I will tell you some fucked up advice and you do it and you mad at me because I tell you some fucked up advice. Shit. So I would help you work through it so you can make your own choice at the end. Yeah. But I am not the person, because we are different people. So
Facts.
I cannot.
And how you handle it is not how I'm going to handle it.
What to do.
And I think that's one thing we need to make sure is just add support to whatever the fuck they're going through. Because honestly, when I was going through what I went through, even though I kept saying to myself, I'm like, this is not really assault. It felt like it was assault because it just didn't feel right.
It was assault.
At any given moment,
it was coercion, which is part of sexual assault.
And like we said, at any given moment, if it doesn't feel right, don't you ever feel obligated to go along with it just because.
Tell that nigga no. Tell him no. If you don't want to have sex, just say no.
Don't have sex.
You don't have to just sit there and be like this. And men, if a girl is just sit there and just be like this, she don't want to have sex.
She don't want to have sex.
Some girls are scared to speak up for themselves.
Because they're scared that they'll get abused.
You actually lash out. You may become violent. Those are reality for us. There's when a girl is giving you her number when she don't want to text you,
y'all be so ready to call them a bitch, a hoe, a this. Like the worst thing.
We're scared. I'm giving you my number. No, I'm not. I'm gonna block you after this because I'm scared of how you might react if I say no.
And not even that. What's even worse, it's like those men that you give them your number and they'll call you right in front of you just to fucking test. Those are the worst. That's what I'm saying. I think that's also adds to rape culture. The pressure that y'all put on women about sex because y'all want it or y'all need it or because y'all are not getting anywhere else is disgusting.
Disgusting. So let's get into some questions.
Let's get into some questions, bitch.
Because this episode getting long.
Getting a little bit long.
Why do you think misogyny amongst women is so prevalent?
Because they were taught that by their parents.
Yes.
I feel like women are taught by women that are traumatized by what they've been through are telling you these are the things that you can do and this is how you should move. Instead of them healing from what the fuck is wrong and actually dealing with the issue, women want to play the game as men.
Yeah.
Instead of saying this shit is wrong. Yeah. Like sometimes, and the thing is with women, like it's so hard to get support from other women that don't fucking know you or women that don't think like you.
Right.
That's why I feel like that's why women friendships are so hard because we're either super judgy, we're not empathetic. Because I know there's friendships out there with women that people are just friends surface level.
Right. I say the same thing as women Trump supporters or women who support R. Kelly knowing what he's done.
Facts.
It's because we live in a world where men rule the world. Mm-hmm. So a lot of women, just like a lot of white women, will vote for their race before they vote for their sex. They will allow stuff to happen to them just so they can have white privilege, knowing it's bad for women.
Facts.
So a lot of women like to side with men or, what we call them as pick-me's. They're like, oh, pick me, pick me, pick me. I believe in this. Make me a wife, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that is why misogyny is so prevalent in women because women want to be wives so bad that they will always go against their sex to be picked by a man.
That's sick.
Yeah, and it's true.
My question is, why is it so common to not talk about the sexual assault?
I think because of the gravity of it and the shame of it. Because a lot of times people don't want to talk about sexual assault because they have sexually assaulted someone. So they don't want to come into the realization that, wait, I am guilty of this.
Yeah.
Or I've done this. Or I am a victim of this. So because of the shame and the, rawness of what it is, a lot of people don't want to speak about it or talk about it because there's been times where you were with your homeboy and he did some shit and I'm like, wait, that was sexual assault. But
they don't want to recognize that it was sexual assault. They want to say, well, she was asking for it. Because you see how she was dancing on him at the club. You see how she was all up on him. Like, having a good time does not equate that you want to be sexually assaulted, regardless
of how you were dressed, what you were doing. I can be butt-ass motherfucking naked.
Come on.
Don't fucking touch me, nigga.
If I say no, I say no. No means fucking no. And that's for anybody.
Anybody. Man, women,
men. Yeah, exactly.
Dog, child.
Because y'all know y'all be fucking
Can
dogs.
Dogs say no? So, my question for you is, do you plan on teaching your son what consent is?
I do. I think it's so important because of what I've been through. Like, I've dealt with more than what I just talked about in this one instance, but I want my son to know that, like, it's okay if someone doesn't want you. Rejection is okay. Yeah. I think it's like when we say toxic masculinity, where they feel like they have to conquer shit that doesn't, like, if a no is okay, a no does not equate to who you are as a person. If a girl doesn't want to fuck you, it's maybe has everything to do with her.
If a girl want to fuck you, another bitch will.
Exactly. And it has probably stuff to do with her, nothing to do with you. And I think
because the only thing was, I didn't get a wax.
Exactly.
That was the only thing. Let me get my wax.
So to me, it's like take that L on the head and keep it fucking pushing. Don't internalize that loss as an overall like ruling factor of your life.
Manhood.
And that's what it is. I think a lot of rape happens because of your manhood. You feel like you have to conquer this quest.
Right.
Excuse me. Ooh, child. You have to conquer this quest, and you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You do not have to. And it's not every woman is a quest. Not every single person is something to get over as an obstacle. So when I say that, I mean that as in, let your children understand this world don't give a fuck, especially as having a black child. Like, something can easily be misconstrued.
I 100% believe in teaching my son what consent is. I saw this video. I don't know if it was a video or a podcast or whatever, but it was Amber Rose, and she was talking about her son to Bash touched her butt. He's like, "Oh, mommy, your butt's so squishy," and she was like, and she talked to him, and she was like, "Bash, I know when you touch me, you're just being cute and funny, but that's mommy's private part, and don't touch me without asking me."
Facts.
So, your son touching your booty
is not really a big deal.
It's not really a big deal. But he has to understand you can't go around touching other women's booty.
Facts.
So, I think that's a problem is like we teach girls how to not get raped, but we don't ever teach
sons about boundaries
what consent is and about boundaries and stuff. So it's very important of our generation to start teaching our children what is consent, also, what is boundaries, and how to avoid that situation.
And it also goes into like things like such as like sex, like being undressed in front of your kids, something I would never fucking do because it's like I don't want to expose my kids to sex before it's that time. Like
what is that time? Because bitch,
honestly,
they will find it.
Honestly, my kids will know about sex probably by the time they go to school. My kids are in homeschool, so my kids will know about sex.
I definitely believe in teaching my kids about sex early
because I don't want them to try to figure it out by these fucking dusty ass kids that's over here fucking their cousins.
Exactly. But I definitely plan on teaching my child about sex and consent, but
yeah,
the world is scary, y'all.
The world is scary. That's why I'm trying to be a hover parent, y'all, as hard as much as I could.
I'm not gonna be a hover parent.
I am.
I'm not. I don't plan on being a hover parent because you can't control what people do.
I can't control what people do, but I want to make sure that my kids can finesse it. At least get into a situation where they don't feel like they're stuck, that they don't have any other options, and they feel like they can't talk to me. So,
that's my thing. I want my child to know I don't care what you do in this world.
Just talk to me.
You can always come to me. Because that's the thing about African parents. We put so much fear in our children where they don't
when
feel
I tell you, I was more scared of my mama than I was the cops.
Yeah. Like, now me and my mom's relationship is good where I can just tell her stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, when I was growing up, I could not talk to my mom about sex. I could not talk to my mom about boys. I could not talk to my mom about, like, drugs, like, stuff like that. Like, that's just kind of stuff. Anytime I pick up my niece, every time I tell her, there is nothing in this world you can't tell me. I don't care if you're scared to tell your mommy or your daddy. Girl, come and tell me, because I would never judge you and I would never do anything. Like, I would never tell on you or nothing. So why do you think it took so long for people to take sexual assault seriously?
I think
why did it take the Me Too movement?
The reason why I took the Me Too movement is because we said it's because white women hijacked that shit. I'm sorry.
You know the Me Too movement was created by a black woman?
I mean, if they watch our episode,
and then
they would
white
know that.
bitches stole that shit and then made it about them?
Because whenever a white woman says it, people take shit seriously.
They take it seriously.
And this is why I don't even want to put it in the thing of just women. Because I know men get sexually assaulted, but y'all's pride will not allow y'all to really internalize that fucking happened to y'all.
Right. Like I said, one in 71 men get sexually assaulted.
And we said that with men, they get sexually assaulted even way before women probably do.
Yeah.
They get sexually assaulted by between the ages of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
That's when they get sexually assaulted.
Yeah, but y'all don't talk about it.
Y'all don't talk about it. So it's not just saying that the Me Too is just for women. It's for everyone that understand that happened too. #MeToo.
Yeah.
So I think it took so long because to galvanize that many people that want to say this shit happened to them, no one wants to sit in a room with people. Just like AA. Who the fuck wants to go to AA meetings?
Yeah.
And that's not even as severe as getting sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
No one wants to sit there and say, yes, I was sexually assaulted by my uncle. No one wants to say I was sexually assaulted by my fucking grade school teacher. Because they feel like, what the fuck did I do? It goes back to what you internalize into yourself. Also, what goes back to what your parents put into you. So if you feel like you are the issue, you don't want to sit there and talk about it with people.
Yeah.
So it took a long time for people to get all together and be like, it happened to me. It's not my fucking fault.
I think it took Twitter, honestly. I think it took, because if you're in the Twitter world, you know how raw and how unapologetically people, they're themselves on Twitter.
Yeah.
So it took a forum where we are comfortable to talk about what happened to us to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And from Twitter, it went to Instagram, to the news, to all that stuff. So I think it took so long because people did not feel open to talk about it because there was no forum to talk about it. You know, you tell your friends, you tell, your cousins, you tell somebody, or you don't tell nobody at all. So Twitter, people honestly sometimes use Twitter as like an open
outlet, like a diary, like you said. Like you said, it's
it's an outlet. So because you can check a hashtag, you see hundreds of other thousands of people talking about
the same way that you feel.
So you're like, damn, I can talk about it too.
Yep.
So unfortunately, it did take white women for the Me Too movement for it to be as big as it was. But I'm glad we talked about it because hashtag Me Too.
Yeah.
So this was a long ass episode.
This was, and I really am glad with y'all's patience because it was kind of hard. And you know us, we try to put a little jokey joke into shit, but in all serious,
we like too joking and shit. But this all serious.
It's all serious. This happens to women, and I think we need to talk about it more. And once again, like I said, if you need that help for the National Suicide Hotline, it is 1-800-273-8255. Just know you're heard, you're listened to, and hashtag Me Too because it happens to all of us. Even if it doesn't happen as severely as rape, we know what it feels like to be sexually assaulted and feel powerless.
Exactly. 1 in 5 women be sexually assaulted. So if you have a group of bitches,
1 out of 5 of the bitches that you met have been sexually assaulted
or raped.
Exactly.
So honestly, my DMs are open for y'all.
My DMs are open.
If y'all want to talk about it, I'm here for you.
And while y'all are at it, I know it sounds weird to just tag it on the end, but follow us on all social medias at The Real Sip and Spill, everything except
Twitter is Sip and Spill Wine.
And if you
5-star rating,
because we're 5-star bitches. Big one's even on us right there. Ooh. Leave us a 5-star rating because we some 5-star bitches.
Ow.
I sip wine.